says factor each one. So 3a, I hope you can see that a looks like the easiest of these three questions. X squared plus 5x minus 24. Remember the strategy we were using. Our first ones have to be this, our last ones have to be this, and the outside and the inside combined have to be that number. Can you see this is a level 1 from yesterday? We're like, only thing that'll give me x squared is x and x. 24 has some options. But if you want your outside and your inside, this is on page 174. If you want your outside and your inside to be 5, what things multiply to 24? That add or subtract to get 5, 8, and 3. If you want the plus 5, does it make sense that you need a plus 8x and a minus 3x? Do a double check. Do I still get the minus 24? I do. So this is perfect for question 1. Question 2 has a long way and a short way to do it. There's a shortcut for it. I will show you the shortcut first, because I always think it's mean to show someone a really long way first and then go, haha, you could do this after. So I'll show you the shortcut first, and then I'll explain what the other way is. The problem is the long way is what most people do naturally. So the long way would be to multiply everything out, combine all your like terms, and then try to factor. The short way looks like this. I have 2 times x minus 6 squared, and I'm going to highlight that x minus 6. And then I have 10x minus 6 minus 48. I notice those two things are the same. That's why I highlighted them in yellow. So what I do temporarily is I pick a letter. What letter would you like to use? You can't use X because it's already in the question, but you can pick any other letter. Someone have a favorite letter? Sorry? Y. So we say, let y equal x minus 6. Then wherever I have the highlighted x minus 6, I'm just going to rewrite this as 2y squared plus 10y minus 48. Doesn't that look much easier to factor? Yeah. So we're going to factor this. Well, I have a common factor too. Remember, if something's in common, and you can factor that out. Oh my goodness. Is that not like exactly the same as a? Something squared plus 5 times y minus 24. We already factored that part at a, so this is like, life is easy. Although this isn't hard. First ones have to be y's. It's going to be 8 and 3 again, plus 8 and minus 3. So if you have something where it looks really complicated and you have to expand it out, you might be able to make it easier by doing a substitution. I temporarily let y equal x minus 6, and I got to this point, and now I can substitute back in the x minus 6 and the x minus 6. You see how I put that back in for these y's? Because that's what y was equal to. Do I have any like terms in my brackets? Yes, I do. 2. This bracket will be x minus 6 plus 8. That'll be x plus 2. And this will be x minus 6 minus 3. That'll be x minus 9. That is the shortcut for these ones that look really complicated to begin with. But if you notice, if you notice it's the same thing there and there, you could do a temporary substitution to see if it's easier to factor. If it is, then your life is going to be nicer. Okay, what about the next one? Take out a highlighter. Do you see that you have a 2x plus 5 here and a 2x plus 5 there? letter do we feel like using this time? Do you want to use Y again, or do you want
Z.
a Z? Ooh. Z's are sometimes tricky, depending on how you make your 2's. I loop my 2's so my Z's don't look like 2's. Otherwise, sometimes they start to look the same. And then you could cause all sorts of new problems. Okay? So, if Z is equal to 2x plus 5, then my question is now 3z squared plus 10z minus 8. It's a level 2 question. Level 2 ones aren't too bad, but like the only thing to give you 3z squared would be 3z and z. Now 8 has options. 4 and 2, 2 and 4, 8 and 1, 1 and 8. We need our outside and inside to make 10. Can you see it? Right? Sometimes I start with the 8 and 1 because it's the easiest one to check mental math wise because it has a 1. You see the 8 and 1 is not going to work either way, 1 and 8 or 8 and 1. So I'm going to go 4 and 2. Should I go 4 and 2 or 2 and 4? 4 and 2. So now this could be 6 and this could be 4, right? 6 plus 4 makes 10 if they're both positive. Does it work? We have to use negative because this makes positive 8. This is why the checking, this is technically the level 3 point, or level 2.51. It's a level 2.5 because you can get a number that you think works, but when you check it, it doesn't. So I have to erase this. And put the 4 here and the 2 here, making 12 and 2. So I would want my 12 to be positive and 2 to be negative. And now when I check it, it works. I like these ones that I give you 2 options that work because it makes you realize how important the checking part is. Okay? Students don't like it, especially when they pick the wrong one first and like, because you like it when things go fast, right? Fast, if it's easy and fast, it's like that's, you like that in the moment, but then later on you're like, well, I haven't learned anything for a while because I've just been doing easy questions. So we like being pushed a little bit to do stuff hard, not in the moment, but after we've done it. Like, I would feel so good if I got up early and exercised this morning, but I did not. But at this moment, had I done that, I'd be like, oh, I'm so proud of myself. I exercised. Okay, tomorrow. You can ask me before the test, did you do any exercise tomorrow? Now I'm putting pressure on myself. Okay. And now we can substitute back. So we had the 3, well, minus 2, we had the plus 4, and I'm going to color code it because what did z equal? Put it in brackets. I'm going to replace it back, the 2x plus 5 there. Put it in brackets here, the 2x plus 5 there. Okay? If I distribute, I'm going to get 6x plus 15 minus 2 plus 13. If I distribute here, I'm going to get 2x plus 9. If you did not do the shortcut, your life is going to be miserabler in this question. It's going to be more work, and it's not going to be fun to factor. But I'll show you just to, I think showing you will be like, ooh, I really appreciate the shortcut. I want to make sure that I remember it. Right? Sometimes if you see how bad it can go the other way, then you're like, ooh, maybe I should remember this shortcut. So, on this question, it was originally, I'll do it in a different color, 3 times 2x plus, wow, that looks like a plus instead of x. 2x plus 5 squared plus 10 times 2x plus 5.
Take away 8.
Take away 8. So the long way to do these questions is actually multiply everything out to begin with. So 2x plus 5 squared. I did it really quick. That's foiling it out. 4x squared plus 20x plus 25. If I distribute this, I'm going to get plus 20x plus 50 minus 8. And if I distribute this 3, I'm going to get 12x squared. I'm going to get 60x plus 20x is plus 80x. And I'm going to get 75 plus 50 is 125. 125 minus 8 is 117. Is there a common factor I can take out? No. This is like level 4 factoring. Level 4 factoring, because how many options are there for 12? 1 and 12, 2 and 6, and 3 and 4. Right? We can cheat and look at the answer and be like, oh, it's going to be 6 and 2. But that's because we know the answer from the shortcut. Then, this is also level 4 because you have to know your times table up to 13. Anybody recognize 117 as 9 times 13? Good. Otherwise it could be problematic, right? 117 is 9 times 13. It's also 3 times 57. And 1 times 117. You're like, I had that one. I had the 1 times 117 down pat, Mr. Chair. The 9 times 13 and the 3 times 57, not so much. Okay? This would be very hard to factor. It would take a long time. And if you wanted to use your techniques from grade 10, do you remember the product sum technique? Where you had to multiply 12 times 17?
Yeah,
Do you remember this a little bit? I'm going to show you why this method is not very 12 times 117. Okay. All right. How quick can you think of 2 numbers that multiply to 1,404 and add to 80? How's it going? Is it going? What's 26 times 54?
1,404.
Did I get the right 2 numbers? Did they add to 80?
No.
And is 26 times 54 1,404? Yeah. How long would that take you to figure out? Like just a couple days, maybe?
Couple seconds. Did it in my head.
Yeah. After I told you, you were like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
This is much harder. But even if I tell you the 26 and 54, do you know how you would use that? Do you remember the grouping method? Probably not. But it does work out that it's going to be 6x and 2x and 13 and 9 both have to be plus. But that factoring would be like, okay, most of you would opt for this. When you get to this part, most of you would opt for this as your next step. Right? That's the common yeah, no, I'm not going there. I'm not going to spend my next 2 days working on this. The shortcut is way better. When can we use that shortcut? When we have the same thing, something squared and something, something squared and something. We can pick any letter we want other than the x and substitute. Question?
You're ever going to give us questions where it's like the stuff in the brackets is not the same and we actually have to do all that stuff?
It could happen. Will I give you that on a quiz or test? No. but you could be in later on math, that's very typical that you just have stuff, you have to simplify.
What did you say multiply 217?
What about multiplying 217?
No, what did you say multiply 217?
I almost said here before, two numbers that multiply to
No,
1,000,
to 117.
oh, 117 was 57 times 3 and 9 times,
That doesn't work.
oh, this one doesn't work.
It's 39.
It's 29.
It's 29 times 3. There we go. Thank you. I made a mistake.
No, it's
And
39.
It's 39.
39 times. And 9 times 13. Yeah, 39 makes sense. You know, what I was doing quickly in my head, and I did the wrong number there, is if you want to find this one from this one, you take your 9 and you change it to 3 times 3. And then you put those together. And somehow the 13 in my head changed to a 19, and I did 3 times 19 in my head and got 57. Because I was thinking 13 and I was thinking 9, and then my brain went, oh, 13, not 19. And then it did a mistake. Okay, so questions for practice on this one. 15 and 16, circle those two. And then we've got one more to do, we'll do it right away.